your man solid. So one of the most solid guys that I've ever met in this city. I can say that he's honorable. I just like what he stands for. So I'm gonna let Wifey introduce him. Then we're gonna ask some questions and get into it.
All right, y'all. He is no stranger to spotlight over the city. We talked about him earlier in the show. He's the CEO and founder of All Days Clothing brand, which means the beginning and ending of all fashion. He's one of the leaders in the DC community and in the streets. He's a DC legend. And he is back on the party scene with some of the biggest and best events in town presented by CB Entertainment. Welcome back to the show, our brother, our family, Curtbone Chambers.
CB, let's go.
Yes.
Man, thanks for having me. Pleasure to be back.
Right there.
Thanks
Yes.
for having me.
I got my guy in the building.
Gave me a hell of an induction, though. I'll take that.
Hey, man,
you.
you deserve it all, man. But I ain't get no shirt, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I said I like the shirt, but I ain't get no shirt. But it's cool. You my guy. So let's get right into
I ain't
it,
getting
man.
your drink, but that's cool. We talking.
You told me you don't drink. You know how you do. But I want to say congratulations on all the things that you got going on, man. And I see you back on the party scene. You back promoting.
Getting clean.
So in case you guys don't know, CB Entertainment been around forever, man. This guy has brought some of the most amazing parties to the city way, way back before a lot of the promoters became who they are now. This guy was that, right? He was that guy. And even before he was that guy, right? And so a lot of us, if you know, you know. And if you don't, I guess you'll figure it out as soon as he starts telling you. But a lot of charisma here. Real flavorful guy, man. Bought some clothing line to us. How long ago? 20-some years?
Yeah, the 20 year, 25, 19.
20,
98.
God.
Wow.
98?
Yeah.
Wow.
Since 1998, it's been a staple, right? And so you guys know him well. We know him well. But we want the guys who don't know him well to know. So you guys get ready for this guy, Curtbone, man. This is my guy right here. So we gonna get right into it.
Yes, Curtbone. I mean, you've been here before, so we've talked about, historically, how you grew up in the city and some of the things that happened to you along your journey, your story to me of trauma to triumph. I mean, because some of the things you went to were traumatic. We all know, some of the past things you've gone through. But tell us about what's been going on with Curtbone and Curtbone TV and Curtbone Entertainment.
So for those
catch us up to date, yeah.
So for those who don't know, though, before we get into that, let me just take you guys back a little bit. So, it goes from great, from, I want to say bad to good. I don't want to say bad, but so we all have our background in the streets and this and that. A lot of us do. And so this young man does. But what I'm proud about is the change, the turnaround that I've seen. So I remember seeing that day when you guys were on TV. And I seen that helicopter shot, and I seen and so you were chained to Rayford Edmond, one of the biggest in the city, right, and outside the city that ever did it. And so we all looked at you and was like, wow, you were young. Both of you guys were young, but you were very young. Like, how old were you at that time?
18.
18 years old.
Wow.
No,
20.
Very young, right? Doing some really big stuff, right? And so now, fast forward, we all knew you from a certain thing. And now we've seen you transcend into the clothing and the promotions and all the other things that you do that's great. Community activists, doing some things in the city. Just connected to everybody in general that's great men in the city is what I can say for you. So when you look back from then till now, tell me one thing that you would like to say to your younger self as a more mature CB, if you had that chance.
Yeah, don't let your last act be you think will be the cover of your book. You know what I'm saying? So, I like to take any situation. My favorite saying, even my emails and adversity introduce a man to himself. So I feel like don't let your last situation be, the cover of your book. You know what I'm saying? You still got a lot of book to write. So
I love that.
And so when people still see you, a lot of times it's hard to see past your past. How do you stay grounded and rooted in who you are today versus what you were then?
First, my kids. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 kids, all college graduates. You know what I'm saying? I'm a GED dude. Dope. So, so I get my motivation from them. Then the work I do with all youth, a lot of youth that was familiar with how I came up, even some cases worse. You know what I'm saying? So I get a lot of energy from them. They remind me of the struggle. It keep you humble, you know what I'm saying? Because I can always look at myself every day. I'm getting a call from somebody or meeting them. So, so that's my ground right there. That's my motivation, too.
That's what's up. And so you seem to be real sure about what you like to do and what you're involved in. I don't really see you as a person who get involved with things just because. I don't see you hanging around nobody just because. I see you have your own, your own lane. You stay in it. You don't seem to be a person who get too involved. How do you not get pulled into so many different circles? Because D.C. is a cliquish city. How do you not get pulled or sucked into certain things where, people want to bar you for this, use your name for that? How do you stay out of those avenues?
First of all, knowing self, you know what I'm saying? I tell all youngers know self. That's number one, right? And number two, people say a lot of stuff, but I watch your behavior, you know what I'm saying? Because people talk real slick, you know what I'm saying? And they real cunning. So I just watch how you walk. So if I'm watching you and monitoring, I see you walking as you preaching, you know what I'm saying? I'm more comfortable doing something with you. But if I don't see you doing that, I don't shy you, I don't judge you, I don't do nothing, but I don't waste a lot of time around you.
I love that. I love that.
Did you have anything?
No, I love what he just said, and I love like what you stand for in the community. I love that you're very, very solid, and what you just said backs up everything I've always thought and felt about you anyway, as a an upstanding person.
Yeah, definitely.
So then you see these people out here. They knew who you were tied to, right? He had a big name in the city. He didn't turn out to be a stand-up person that we consider a stand-up person in the city, so he didn't represent the way you represented. What do you say to those people that approach you and be like, yeah, that's your man, and blah, blah, blah? Because, sometimes people try to hold you accountable for who you tied to.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely.
Have you had that experience?
Yeah, I had that experience mostly when I'm not present, but when it was prevalent, like about 20, when he first did the act, I had a few incidents where people, was based on verbally remarks, you know what I'm saying? You had to get on top of that as it happened. So I don't have that problem no more, but people always going to do that because they feel like if you got plaques on the wall, they want to take them down any way they can.
That's it.
So I understand it, but you can't. I always tell somebody, I got friends that did a lot of stuff that's worse than what he did. You know what I'm saying? So you can't judge with another man's act. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that. I like that. But this city is judgmental, and like I say, cliquish. So I figured you may have had that issue because of who I've been tied to in the past. I've faced some things, and people, came and questioned me about certain things, and I had to deal with it accordingly, just like you say. And so I figured you had that. And so going forward now, we're talking about the party scene, because first All Days is your clothing line. Like I said, almost 30 years in the game, and so you doing parties even during that time. So now, fast forward, you had a party February
18th.
And man, that was one of the biggest parties in the city. The whole city came out. I think some people flew in. And And so how do you go right back into that arena after being off so long? Because you was off the scene for a while, right?
Yeah. I was off the scene for us doing events of that magnitude, but I always say I never left the land. You know what I'm saying? I always stayed, always lived off the land. You know what I'm saying? I never had a burn summer youth job. I never had no job. Not being bragging or think that's slick. I just never did. I always lived off the people. You know what I'm saying? They giving back to them, they giving back to me. So the brand always was there. It was just a matter of me just hitting the switch and jumping back out there, right? So they gave me love, man. I love the city. The city loved me, and it's just, a beautiful thing. I was going to wait the next year to throw a party, but a lot of people like, throw something for the summer, throw something for the summer. So, so that would make me throw this, come back in 4 or 5 months like this.
I can say this, and I can't say this about a lot of people, but I can say this about you. I know a lot of people that know you. I have never heard one person in my whole entire life had one negative comment about Curtbone.
Oh, yeah?
And it's very rare coming from that other side of the fence to not get someone to say he did this,
Not
he's
one
that,
person.
he's this, he's that, he's a. I can't say one person has ever come to me and say, man, that dude CB this, or that is ultimate respect. Has always been that dude solid. He's a 1,000 guy. He'll help you. He'll rock for you. He'll have your back. If he has the resources, he'll give them to you. That kind of guy.
Right, yeah.
And so that's what I honor about you, and that's why I want to give you your flowers while you're here in front of us today. And just say, man, we thank you for being who you are, being solid, being a stand-up guy. So what's up next for CB?
Not just continue to grow the Curtbone TV, Changing Jewels, bring on some more guests. Also, the events, I'm going to do a little more, not more necessarily all parties, like a lot of community events, do some stuff, just bring back, because the last party, a lot of people came in town that's from D.C. but been gone for a while.
That's
so
it.
It hit my head. I said, I'm going to try to figure out something I can do to bring them back more often, you know what I'm saying, at least 2 times a year. It don't have necessarily got to be a party. I'm just trying to put a twist on that right now to figure out how to do that, right? And I just want to continue to inspire the youth, for real. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds like a cliche saying, you know what I'm saying? But they always watching everywhere I go, you know, with this social media stuff. You got youngest pull you over talking about you made a change in my life or you like an uncle to me. So man, that's inspiration for me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I want the bag, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I also want the wealth of being a good person and being able to make a change in life. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So do you think that because you've had the bag over and over again, that you're able to be content with just serving now and waiting on it and not just having it in your possession at the time? Like sometimes if you haven't experienced certain things, you're more eager to have it, right?
Yeah.
You seem to be real content in your life.
Right, yeah, I definitely want to. You always want to get much as you can get, but I also understand the value of money. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't what everybody pick it up to be. You know what I'm saying? But we need is like gas in a car. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't got a car, you can ride a 10-speed bike, you can jog, you can walk. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I try not to let the finance dictate who I am. You know what I'm saying? You see some dudes you've been around for a while. You see when they up, they in the club, they doing it. Then when they down, you don't see them no more.
Right.
They base their whole life upon that persona.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to let no money dictate who I am.
That's a good point. All right, so you got
I
1
love
hour.
that.
You got 1 hour. And first of all, shout out to Curtbone TV.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how I missed that one. So you've done a lot since from then to now. What brought you into the podcast world?
The previous life with the Rayful, the Apple, all the stuff that was going on the street. So I'm in the house listening to a lot of people just freestyling. They wasn't even in the field. They was in the stands. You know what I'm saying? And just saying all
Just
this
talking.
crazy stuff, right? And the late John Thomas from Georgetown, we was talking to somebody one time. And he's like, I heard. I said, yeah, they say a lot of crazy stuff. So he said, yeah, man, if you don't tell your own story,
They gonna tell it for you.
Tell it for you.
That's
right?
it.
So I say I'm gonna get on there and just talk around, but bring other people on like you doing me, and I can tell myself through their story as well and help get them out there.
Okay, so speaking of influential, who would you say was one of the most influential people you ever met in your life?
My stepfather.
Yeah? How so?
He taught me how to be a man. He wasn't my biological father. He came right in and straightened the house up. When I was young, I couldn't identify it. He ended up getting on heroin, but that didn't stop him from being a father figure. He used to teach me my homework while he nodding out. Went to all my games in elementary and junior high. I mean, just I got him with him, Malcolm X, not Turner, and then my grandmother. But bad man. So I'm telling the youth when when I'm mentoring, I tell them, because a lot of times we as black men we naturally ain't gonna show love to a dude that's not our real father.
That's it.
So I say sometimes he might not be your same blood father, but a father can come in all package. So that's my guy, my stepfather. Rest in peace.
Wow.
That's a big deal. And I'm
Wow,
gonna tell you, I know that's a big deal because I was minus that. And it changed my life not to have that presence. Like I didn't have that presence, so that made a big deal. So to get on with it, because we got another. I'm gonna say this: you got 1 hour. They get ready to give you a big old check, man. They get ready to get your own studio. You get ready to have all the equipment you need, everything in there. All you gotta do is go grab this check real quick. 1 hour is a 1 hour ride. You got one artist you can put in. They can be an artist or a group. Who you listening to? Can't take them out once you put them in. You can't take them out. It could be rap, R&B, gospel, Wu-Tang, whoever. It could be whoever.
Luther Vandross.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luther.
I'm surprised. Give it up for Luther. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you said that.
Oh, yeah.
So, is that one of your favorite artists?
Yeah.
That's your guy.
You gotta rewind. You gotta fast forward. You ain't gotta do nothing with that joint.
Well, wait, you talking about Big Luther or Little Luther?
Both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them?
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them cold.
Curtbone, before we let you go, because we do have to get ready to go, I want to just say to you, I did grow up in Kentland, but I grew up on the porch. And what that means is I remember being a teenager hearing about Curtbone parties. And I just never knew who this Curtbone person was. I just would hear about, like, you going to a Curtbone party? And I'm like, no, I can't go. Like, I was always,
You on the
my
porch.
parents didn't allow me to go to stuff. I couldn't go to anything. And, so I was on the porch in Kentland.
Right.
And so I've never been to a Curtbone party.
Right. Not
So,
just yet.
Never?
never.
Oh, okay.
Ever.
You don't stay on the guest list this time.
So
Yeah.
this
We on
time,
the guest
I
list.
finally
That's my
get
guy.
to come to a Kurt, but I'm 53 and I finally get to come to a damn Curtbone party, y'all.
He done had 117 of them. Hey, but better late than never,
I get
right?
to come.
Better late than never.
So next Tuesday, I get to finally experience my first Curtbone party.
When is it? When is it?
Next Tuesday, the 18th. Right before Juneteenth, we're going to be partying. Can you tell them about that, Curtbone?
Yeah, let's talk about
Yeah, the
that.
Western Hotel, 999 9th Street Northwest, 8 to 1, doors open at 7. Serious vibe. white. It's really called a sprinkler white. So you can wear all white, or you can sprinkle white in there with your outfit to give you more, room to do what you want to do.
There it is.
Oh, don't tell me that. I got some sprinkles.
So the 18th, you guys get the tickets. How can they get a ticket? How can they get their
Yeah,
tickets?
you can get a ticket on eBright CB Sprinkler White, or you can go to We Are One Clothing Store. They have it also, and then and the flyers on my social media page, Curtbone __ DC. That's my Instagram page. So all the information there and the link.
There it is. Shout out Kenny Westray over there. We all
Kenny.
one. Big Kenny. All right, so make sure y'all get y'all tickets.
Y'all come
make
party.
sure y'all
Y'all
get
gonna
that
come hang
white
out with
together.
us?
You got to be fly for this party, y'all. I'm gonna just tell you something. Sprinkle a little white and
What
get
you
it
wearing,
right.
CB?
Sprinkle the white. I'm real basic. I got to run up down the elevator and check on stuff.
You gonna keep it
what I'm saying?
basic.
I can't get too cute. You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying? But yeah.
Well, I definitely appreciate you having the spotlight over the city there, and I can't wait.
Yeah, and I
My
appreciate
first
what y'all
Curtbone
doing.
party.
I appreciate what y'all doing, man. Y'all bringing a lot of guests to here. I'm meeting people and hearing people I never heard of before. And man, and y'all well rounded. You know what I'm saying? So
Thank you,
keep
man.
doing what you're doing. And,
Thank you. We appreciate you,
and
big
every
dog.
time I see you stand, you give me inspiration of what I'm doing, and also offer your service. You know what I'm saying? So I
You my
appreciate
guy.
it. I appreciate that too.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Anything else you want to let the
Yeah,
viewers
plug it all, brother.
plug it all?
What you need to plug before you get out of here? Let them know what you got coming up next. Let them know what you got in the future, what you just had, whatever that look like. Let them know how they can follow you.
Yeah,
They said on Instagram, ain't no party like a Curtbone party.
You already know.
yeah, right now, Instagram page again, that's Curtbone _ DC, CURTBONE _ DC. Also, alldaysgear.com, ALLDAZ gear.com. And, only thing I want to say, just, be the best you can be. Don't let no peer pressure, make you do what you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of people say don't be a follower. I don't necessarily agree with that. I agree that you can be a follower, just follow a good lead.
There you go.
I
And
love that.
just be you, man. Get to the bag however you can, and be ethical about it.
You can be a follower, just follow a good lead. I like
love
you see
that.
why that's my guy?
I
I'll
love
get up
that.
for the big homie Curtbone in the building, man.
Yay! See, so I'm gonna see everybody next Tuesday
Next Tuesday, the 18th.
at
Make
the
sure you are in
Westin, right?
the building.
DC.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday,
Yeah,
I got my
sprinkle
white
of white,
outfit.
all white, sprinkle it up, however you want to do it, but be real fly and sexy and make sure you come out there. Don't put your toes out if they not done. All right?
Shout out to this amazing singer, Wendy Moten. I've been trying to get Wendy. I want to get Wendy on the Spotlight Over the City, but I want to just shout her out because I see her join the Instagram
Shout out to
Live.
whole IG,
Shout out to
everybody
you.
over there. I know y'all fussing at me, but I love you guys. Shout out
Oh
to the
yeah,
whole
they
IG
went
over there.
in on you today. You see some of them comments.
It's all good. So next up, you guys, we got another commercial.
M.
Who we got?
Tanner.
Who we got?
Tanner. M. Tanner.
All right, are y'all ready for our closer?
Yeah.
So he'll be up here right after this commercial break. Y'all good?
Yeah.
Y'all got y'all drinks up? Y'all got
Yes.
y'all plates rattling? We'll be right back. Spotlight
Yes.
over the city, baby.